Hey everybody, welcome to Mammoth Interactive's YouTube channel. First of all, I want to thank you for watching this video. And remember that this channel doesn't do Patreon. Instead, we sell our digital courses down below. And every single dollar that we get from the products you buy below goes into making more content. The best way to help out this channel and Mammoth Interactive is to subscribe to Mammoth Interactive's huge library of content. Get thousands of hours and hundreds of courses for a low price down below. We have a monthly option and a yearly option. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the video.
Hey everybody, welcome to this tutorial. This tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add in a platform that moves up when you touch it. So let's say you want to move up from here to here on a platform. Well, how do we do that? Well, it's actually quite easy. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to add in a blueprint actor here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply hop in and make an actor here. We'll call this platform step up, right? And in order to make this work, we should probably make our own custom platform within Blender. So let's go ahead and let's do that now. So let's hop into Blender here, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to, in object mode, scale the Z axis down and scale the Z axis down like so, scale the Y axis by maybe 2, and that's probably good enough here, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to export this FBX here. Now I have a folder, and I already have a platform from a different tutorial, but I'm just going to export it there anyway. And all we need to do is drag this back into Unreal. So you basically drag in the FBX here, import all, and I think that should be it. Okay, so let's hop back into the platform step up, and we're going to add in two things. We're going to add in a static mesh, and we're also going to add in a spline. Okay, so both those two things, spline, and the spline itself has to be not attached to the static mesh. Okay, let's hop into the static mesh here, and let's just type in platform. Okay, and there you go. That's basically all that we need to do here. Let's compile that, and let's drag up the platform step up here, and that is exactly what we want to do. Okay, so in this, right, you can see that the spline, I'm actually going to rotate that. So we don't need to rotate that here. And let's click on the spline and then rotate this along the Y-axis. And I believe you can just do 90, and there we go. Now, let's go ahead and let's go back here. And you should see a spline moving up here. And all I'm going to do is just simply move that up to where we want it to go, okay? And this is actually pretty simple and pretty easy to set up going from here. Now, one thing that's interesting is that the pivot point of this particular spline is on the side, and I think that was just because I kind of rushed through everything here. So if I hop back into here and I drag this in, actually, let's just go ahead and delete that again. And the material's there, so let's drag that in here. All right, and you can see that the import translation, that should be 0. Okay, so let's import all there. And I believe it will it add in another material? I don't think it will. Okay, so nevertheless, let's hop back into the platform step up, go into the static mesh, and add in the platform there. So that was from a different tutorial. And as you can see, it's basically all the same, except this pivot point's in the center. So most likely your pivot point was in the center, but for this video, it wasn't. Okay, so all we really need to do now is, when we begin overlap with a character here, or, and actually, I'm just going to do the begin play first, so we can test it out, and then we'll see how it goes. All right, so we're going to do add timeline. Okay, and we might as well play from start here. Okay, and let's compile that here. Double click on this, add it in there, and we'll maybe make this 2 seconds. Now that's a bit too little. 1 second's too little, 2 seconds too much, so 1.75. All right, and then let's add in the keyframe here. and you can add in basically it anywhere here. But when we click on this, we want to make this whatever the length is, so 1.75 in this case, and then we might as well make it 1. Okay, so all this is going to do is that this is going to basically, well, I think if we play that here, well, of course it doesn't work because we haven't really set it up to work here, but that's all it's going to do is it's basically going to allow us to, and this should, by the way, yeah, and the total length is, there we go. Okay, so all this is going to do is it's going to play here. But in order to make this work, we need to go to static mesh, and we need to set set actor or actor transform. We're going to set world transform. Okay. And from here, we could actually, we can do that here. We need to do a couple of things. First, we need to grab the spline, okay, and then we're going to get location distance along spline, and what we need to do actually is we need to get the spline length first. Okay, so get spline length, and we're going to multiply float by float. So multiply float by float. Okay, one last time. Multiply float by float. Drag that in here. Now we need to get distance along spline point, and basically we need to no, that's not it at all. It's get distance, so we're going to get location at distance. This is the one. Okay, then we need to plug in the distance here and make sure it's set to world. Okay, it seems like a lot here, but nevertheless, let's make a new transform, and then we're going to plug that in here. Okay, and then all we're going to do is on the update, we're just going to simply add that in here, and I think that should be it. So when it plays, there you go. Sure enough, and this is something interesting. Why it was so slow, but anyway, that's why. This has to be 1. The value has to be 1. I knew there was something that was off about this, but that has to be 1. Okay, so if we do that here, and that's basically it. Now that's exactly what the spline is doing here. So you would need to adjust it, etc. All right, and sure enough, there's collisions here, but we don't want to do that. So now that that all works, let's hop back into an event graph here. And what we're going to do is we're going to basically make it so that once you touch it, it will, once you touch it, then it will move up. Okay, so let's add in the onComponent hit to the static mesh, and we want to make sure that it's the third person character that's touching it, and then we're just going to push play. And we might as well, yeah, we might as well just push play. Okay, so here we go, and then we touch it, it moves up, and then we can move off, etc. Okay, and there we go. Okay, that actually looks pretty good.